It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. It's Football Friday. You know what that means. Of course, you can follow us on our social media handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channels, Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we're going to jump right into today's episode. Thursday night football started out to be somewhat entertaining and competitive, turned out to be lopsided. The Baltimore Ravens continue to roll on. Victorious 42-21, have assured themselves the AFC North for the second year in a row, which means that my beloved Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have to continue at the wild card pursuit beginning this weekend against the Buffalo Bills at home. A very, very important game for the Steelers to kind of put a tighter grip and advance from the number 6 spot to the number 5 spot. We'll see how all that unfolds this weekend. Meanwhile, other teams that are establishing themselves for playoff conversation, the New England Patriots, Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, and of course the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. That's going to be a very interesting next 3 weeks as the Titans and the Texans will deal with each other the next 2 out of 3 games. That's going to be intriguing. The college FBS playoffs have been established. We know the 4 teams: LSU, Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Clemson. It would not surprise me if we had Oklahoma facing off against Clemson for the national title. In fact, I think I would like to see that. LSU, of course, been rolling as the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Clemson has probably had one of the most quiet, successful seasons in the history of FBS football. All season, you hear about Alabama, you hear about Ohio State, you hear even about Oklahoma, but Clemson always seems to be the forgotten child. And by the way, we have the Clemson Tigers. I think Clemson could run the table. Would I like to see Clemson run the table? Not exactly. But I really think they are poised to continue to roll on. If I had to pick a horse in this 4-horse race, I would pick Oklahoma. And the only reason that I'm picking Oklahoma, I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts. I think it would be awesome if Jalen Hurts could win the Heisman and the national championship. It would create this history. Number one, Oklahoma having 3 consecutive Heisman Trophy winners. And then Jalen Hurts flipping from the Roll Tide to the Boomer Sooner and winning championships. It speaks to the athleticism and the leadership of Jalen Hurts. It speaks toward the future of NFL quarterbacks, as we know, because with the success that Jackson is having at Baltimore, you can no longer try to put the quote unquote hybrid type running back quarterback into this box and make them choose. Okay, if you want to play at the next level, you're going to have to choose to be a running back, be a wide receiver, but quarterbacking, we're not sure about. So now what the trend is in the NFL, you now choreograph an offensive scheme around your quarterback skill set instead of trying to find the right skill set to fit your quote unquote proven system. It's called making adjustments. We kind of talked about that on yesterday's show as far as having the best of both worlds. Some of you have responded to that. Some like it, some don't like it. Some say, I'm just not interested in FCS. Well, you could choose either side, but in a realistic approach of things, just prepare for any possible scenario. And speaking of the FCS, we have some games that will be kicking off tonight. We kind of gave you a rundown of the schedule on yesterday. And of course, we're still a week away from Celebration Bowl, Alcorn, North Carolina A&T. We got a special guest lined up for you guys on next week. I think you're going to appreciate it. Don't forget to check us out live on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time with the Sports Report Live. And we'll hear from Brother Carlos Brown. It's been a rough week for him. He'll come to you Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And before we get out of here, we ran a poll. And you had the choice of 3 backs that you would put in your starting lineup. And the choices were Earl Campbell, Jerome Bettis, and Herschel Walker. And of the 3, Herschel Walker finished third with 20% of the vote. Jerome Bettis finished second with 30% of the vote. And the old Texas Tyler Rose, Earl Campbell, led the way with 50% of the vote. Earl Campbell ran with power, ran with violence. And because of that approach, some say it shortened his career. But what an exciting career this man had. Of course, with the Texas Longhorns and then the Houston Oilers. Even though the collegiate football season has come towards an end, still a lot of bowl games to be played. In fact, one of my favorite games to watch, regardless if it's FCS and FBS, believe it or not, is the Army-Navy game. This year, Army coming in with a 5-7 record. Will be taking on number 23 ranked Navy. Comes in with a 9-2 record. That game will be featured on CBS with a 2 p.m. kickoff. And last but finally, not least, I'd like to extend a congratulations to my lovely wife. She will be receiving her master's in education this weekend from Lamar University. And we're extremely excited and proud of her. You worked hard, baby girl. Enjoy your moment. And the best is yet to come. I must exit stage left. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, thanking you guys, as always, for joining in with us throughout the course of the week. Don't forget to join us over the weekend with the Carlos Brown Show, the Sports Report Live, and if the creek don't rise and the Lord delays his coming, we'll start it all over again Monday morning. I've got to go, but until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.